Hi dear beautiful friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is your safe place and I hope you're all having such a gentle and amazing day today. So today's reading is going to be very tender and very sensitive. That is not something we have worked on this channel before. We are going to try to understand what are the messages from your motherly energy, okay? What are they sorry about? What are they would say to you? But please don't take that as a literal message from them. But here we are going to connect with a much more symbolic motherly energy, okay, like their higher self, like an archetype of care, awareness, and maybe emotional acknowledgement, okay? And through this energy, we will explore what may want to be recognized by your mother's higher self, okay? And it actually doesn't ask you to revisit anything you are not ready to touch, okay? So here, intention is simply to offer acknowledgement and space, okay? Nothing more. And as always, please only take what resonates with you, and please feel free to leave the rest behind, okay? So when you are ready, let me introduce you our cards. This is going to be pile number 1. This is going to be pile number 2. This is going to be pile number 3. Okay? Release your shoulders right now. Take some deep breaths. Okay? Slowly close your eyes. Ask your higher self, okay, while your eyes are closed, what would my mother's higher self would say to me? Think about them, okay? And when you feel like you are ready, open your eyes and choose the deck which most calling you, okay? I'm gonna begin with the pile number 1. Pile number 1, welcome back. So this is the first message from your mother's higher self to you, and it is the word card from Kozovich Tarot deck. It says, yeah, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. Okay. And this is the advice for you, okay, for this topic. And we are going to pull other cards together. So, number is 49. Okay, maybe this is important. Maybe this is your age or your mother's age. Water red, focused on your vision. And here I see a kind of completion. Maybe you have achieved things in this life. Maybe even your mother didn't support them. Okay, let's see. So this is going to be Mama is sorry deck. And this is going to be Mama says that. So let's shuffle them and see the messages. Dear deck number 1, what your mother's higher self would want to say you. Okay. Oh, we have 2 cards. Your only responsibility in life is to live a life that makes you happy. So it actually combines with this message, okay? You did it, now do something to celebrate a job well done. Okay. Never let anyone tear you down. Always protect your peace. Just know I will always be here to hold your hand and show you love. You are one kick-ass individual. Okay. So let's see what are the things they are sorry for. Deck number 1. I am sorry for not being more understanding. I am sorry for making you responsible for my problems. So I see lots of responsibility here. So maybe you were raised by so many responsibilities. Even even if you were very young, maybe you were a child, and maybe the mother was not taking care of these responsibilities. So maybe on the one side you were fighting for your own dreams, own vision, but also you were taking care of the responsibilities that your mother was actually should have done that. Maybe you were taking care of your other siblings if you have, or maybe you were doing the housework for your mother. I am sorry for not being your number 1 fan and cheerleader. Yeah, definitely. I see here a success story, actually, okay? A success story you have, but your mother was not a part of it or not a fan of it. I am sorry for not accepting all of your imperfection. Yeah, and maybe they were always so much judgmental, maybe always criticizing you and the things you do. Okay, let me check the screen. Yeah, I guess it is it. Okay. So, deck number 1. Let's begin with this energy. Okay, here we see a very beautiful lady in a red dress. And here we see lots of transformations, like, butterflies. So here I see the energy coming through. Feels very aware, okay, reflective and complete. So there is an acknowledgement of cycles, because the word card is all about the cycles that were closed without being properly seen or honored, I guess. Maybe you are saying my accomplishments were not seen by my mother, or she didn't honor them. So this motherly energy recognizes that you may have reached very significant, very important milestones on your own. Okay, here what I see, on your own. And moments of growth, maturity, emotional strength that were expected, okay, rather than celebrated. Maybe you were successful and they were like, yeah, that was your job. Yeah, your job or your responsibility was already being successful. Is there anything that I celebrate you for? Okay, and maybe you were always successful, always doing the best you can do, but not any applause from her. Okay, and I guess you have carried the feeling of, I did that alone. I did that alone. Yeah, I am alone. And here, what is being acknowledged here, I guess, it is not like failure, okay? It is endurance, okay? Your ability to endure things. And here I see an understanding that you became whole through necessity, okay? Necessity, not support, I guess. So I guess they are saying, I see now how much you carried all alone. I see how far you came without being held the way you deserved. Yeah. Maybe you were going to college, but at the very same time you were making your own money. Maybe you didn't receive any support from them. Okay? Yeah. And actually, I guess there is no attempt to here to rewrite the past, but only a gentle recognition of your wholeness, even if it formed through self-reliance. Okay, maybe you don't depend on others, that's why. Maybe you cannot rely on or trust on anyone, because maybe you are saying, yeah, I did all of that thanks to me. But what I see again, as here with this guidance, the focus now shifts back to you and your inner vision. Okay, I guess you're invited to trust your own perception, your own emotional intelligence, and your adaptability. Okay, yeah, and I believe you may have learned to constantly adjust yourself to your environment, and yeah, to sense that what others needed before asking what you needed. Okay, yeah, so I believe here this energy, this advice, this guidance encourages you to refocus. Okay, so maybe you can ask yourself gently, what do I see now clearly? Where does my intention want me to guide me next? Okay, so I believe your sensitivity was never a weakness, but it was the form of wisdom. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and I believe whatever you do, okay, whatever you did, it is a very big success story. Okay, and maybe that's why your mother says, never let anyone tear you down, always protect your peace. And maybe they're also actually implying themselves, okay, because she's saying, I am sorry for not being more understanding. Maybe they were saying, you are so sensual, you are so sensitive, you are too much, how can I say, you're always so emotional. Yeah, and maybe they were not doing emotional talk with you. I'm sorry for making you responsible for my problems. Yeah, I believe you have solved everything alone. Okay, I'm sorry for not being your biggest fan. Okay, number one fan and cheerleader. So maybe that's why they are saying you are only responsibility in life is to live a life that makes you happy. I guess this energy now wants you to be happy. Okay, yeah, and your wholeness, your individuality, yeah, your being your authentic self. I am sorry for not accepting all of your imperfection. Yeah, maybe they were always judging, always criticizing, and I believe here this dress is really, how can I say, is catching to the eye. So maybe they were also criticizing you, maybe in your body, with your dressing, but here it says no, please be yourself. And let me read that guidance you from our book. Where is it? Okay, here. Not a rat. This card reminds us that our mind has the power to change our reality, Train the mind to be calm and courageous in navigating the unknown. Steer the mind to focus on the positives. Recognize when dark thoughts and emotions sink us further into a vortex of downward spiral. A clear and positive vision can take us far beyond the horizon into a light-filled future. Imagine a vast, deep ocean and picture yourself in the landscape. Where are you and how do you feel? Are you looking at the ocean from the shore, swimming, floating, or diving in the water, or riding the wave? Is the water warm and calm, or is it treacherous? If the water reflects your unconscious thoughts and emotions, how would you describe and what you visualized, and how would you change it? Message from the heaven. Like young water's vast ocean, your imagination can take you far beyond your fears in the direction of your dreams. Be bold and dream big. Maybe this is your part, okay? Dreaming big and being bold, being courageous. But I believe you're already courageous. But this was something that you had to do alone, I guess. Message from the earth. Meditation and earth element practice helps stabilize the mind from water element's fearful thoughts, as earth controls water. So maybe also the mother was the source of these fearful thoughts, I guess. Rather than trying to empty the mind, allow your thoughts to come and go without force, flowing like the waves. Entertain each thought briefly before moving to the next. So my dear friends, I guess this is what you should do. Whatever the story here, it doesn't matter. Focus on your vision, okay? Please focus on your vision. Okay, because it seems like, even if they didn't maybe say that to you, even if they acknowledge that to you, they actually say that, you are one beautiful individual who was always trying their best, and you actually did your best. So it is your time to celebrate the thing you do. So this was your reading. I hope it touched you without any triggering. And please remember that this energy doesn't ask you to forgive or seek any kind of validation. Okay, so if you enjoyed the reading, please subscribe to my channel, say hi in the comments below, and if you want to have a more personal reading with me, you can check the description box below. Until the next time I see you, take care of yourself and bye. Deck number 2, welcome and welcome back. So, the main message from your mother energy is 4 of Pentacles. Treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. And this is going to be our guidance, our advice. Fire dog with the number 23, 23. So maybe the ages of 23 was important for you. Redefine your boundaries. Redefine your boundaries. And here what I see with these 2 cards, limitations, boundaries, I guess this is somehow the key aspect. So before diving into these cards, let's see our talking cards. So dear deck number 2, what would your mother's higher self, the higher self energy, would say to you if they could? Okay, this is interesting because this is what I first got in the deck number 1. So if you feel you were chosen to that, called to that, maybe you can go and listen to them also. Your only responsibility in life is to live a life that makes you happy. So maybe happiness was something that was restrained from you. Never dim your light for anyone, not even me. And here we see this sunlight is very bright and shiny, so maybe, yeah, shining like a diamond. Okay. And here we have 2 cards. I truly know love every day that I look at you. Take some time to just play and be silly. You deserve it. But I guess maybe they were somehow reserved and restrained here with the 4 of Pentacles, and maybe they were not saying that I love you, I love you. And what your mother's higher self is sorry about. What are they sorry about? I am sorry for being difficult. Yeah, and yeah, you know, the 4 of Pentacles energy is Capricorn energy. So maybe a very serious, not smiling, always serious, and maybe sometimes cold mother energy that doesn't love to be touched or hugged, maybe. I am sorry for not growing up and being a mature role model. I am sorry for acting so cold toward you. Yeah, it is like maybe, how can I say, yeah, cold, reserved, but maybe they are also like a kind of a child that you were always like, am I the mother here or them? And maybe you were the one always that try to give them love, try to show them love and happiness, maybe. I am sorry for blaming you for my shortcomings. Oh, maybe that mother for few of you, maybe when they pregnant with you or when they have you, maybe they have to quit their job for you. And maybe they are saying, I had given up for my dreams for you. I couldn't be my dreams. I couldn't achieve my dreams because of you. Was that they're saying? Okay. So let's begin with here. And you are seeing that, right? Okay. So, dear deck 2. As I said, I feel here we see a very guarded and restrained energy. Okay. And I believe there is an acknowledgement of emotional holding back, of, you know, warmth, emotional warmth, reassurance or affection. Okay. And I believe this kind of ways of love language, they were limited, or they were offered to you very conditionally. Okay. So this motherly energy recognize that you may have learned to associate love with control. Okay, so that safety came through restriction, silence, or maybe even self-denial. Okay, self-denial. And maybe you felt that receiving the care, receiving the care required you to behave, to comply, or to minimize yourself, okay? Because it says, never dim your light for anyone, not even me. But I guess you dimmed your life, your light for them, or maybe for anyone. And I guess what is being acknowledged here is not intent, but impact, okay? Impact. So the awareness is here like, I see how tightly things were held. I see how safety was confused with control, okay? Control, yeah. Yeah. And this is not an apology meant to reopen wounds or hurtings, okay? This is a recognition that emotional generosity was limited, and I believe you felt it in a very, very deep way in your heart. Because here the guidance also invites you to redefine what care and commitment mean, okay? But starting with yourself. So here you are encouraged, okay, to create boundaries that protect you rather than punishing you, okay? Yeah. Definitely. And you may have learned to stay quiet, like dimming your light, okay, covering your light, and maybe stay quiet or overly accommodating in order to keep peace, okay? Because here now they say, oh, just play, be silly, you deserve it. It is like, some people educate their dog in a very strict way, and some people just want their dogs to be happy and silly, yeah. It is very understandable in that manner. And maybe, yeah, they were treated you like, you should be always successful, you should be always careful. If you do that, then I give you that. It is like, sometimes in order to people educate their dogs, sometimes they use some, what was the word? Some prize put like that, if you touch that, then I give you that, okay? So maybe that was the way they were giving their love to you, showing their love to you. If you get an A from your math exam, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll love you. I will be proud of you. But yeah, maybe you will always have to do something. You will always have to achieve something. And I believe this energy asks you to release that pattern, okay? Because your motherly energy also says that, okay? Take some time to just play, be silly. You deserve it. Yeah, you deserve it. And yeah, your only responsibility right now is to be happy. Yeah. And you're allowed to say no without any guilt, and also take up space without any apology, okay? Because healthy boundaries are not rejection. They are an act of self-respect, okay? Self-respect. Yeah. And I believe this energy here does not ask you to confront anyone or to prove your worth. No. It is simply acknowledges that you adapted to limitation, and now you are ready, okay, to choose something different that actually makes you laugh, makes you happy, makes you you, okay? Yeah. And let me directly read that meaning of this card from its book, because it is important. It is your advice here to heal that energy. Here describes the cards. Yes. This card asks you to be consistent yet adaptable with your boundaries, honoring them yet redefining them as you and your external environment evolve. For example, Taoists have used the solar calendar as part of their daily guidance since ancient times, adapting their rhythms and schedules as seasons change to be in harmony with the sun. Whether you have been too generous with your personal boundaries at the expense of your well-being, or you need to expand your boundaries and step out of your comfort zone, the fire dog appears as a message for you to explore the boundaries you have set. Say no to invitations when you need solitude, but open yourself up to new experiences when you feel blocked by life's circumstances. And yeah, this is the blockage. Find a safe space where you can step out effortlessly and retreat as needed. Just like the light of the sun guides our daily life, let your energy level be your guide in managing your boundaries. Rest before you are depleted so you can spring into action when opportunities arise. The dog doesn't give up. Try different approaches to a problem and you will eventually find a solution. So yeah, maybe you couldn't find solution because they were not being a mature role model, and maybe they were always cold and demanding too much, and maybe blaming you actually for their shortcoming and their disappointment with life. But you should set boundaries right now, my friends. You should set boundaries and maybe say, no, mom, no, it is not my job. It is your own responsibility. This is not my thing. So maybe you should get rid of the unnecessary responsibility or feeling of shame, okay? Feeling guilty. So this is not you, okay? This is not. Yeah, here we see autumn, the fall season. Okay, the tree is, this is orange, the leaves. But here we see, yeah, life is shiny, sun is bright. So, yeah, this is something you should right now focus on. So, my dear friends, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed the reading and find it a very gentle way to understand this situation. I hope this wasn't triggering reading for you. And if you like the reading, please subscribe to my channel, say hi in the comments below, and maybe if you want to have a personal reading with me, you can check the description box below. Until the next time I see you, take care of yourself and bye. Welcome back, deck number 3. So you have chosen the main message from your motherly energy is the 18, the Moon card. Taking time for deep self-reflection is essential. Here we are seeing a lady on the top of a house. It's like writing a journal, or maybe writing her manifestations, I guess. Okay, and here this is our guidance. This is our advice for healing energy here. Number 11, Wood Dog. Trust your intuition. It is in line with this Moon card because Moon card energy also talks about our intuitions. Okay, Wood Dog. So now let's take, what would your mother's higher self would say to you if they could? Okay, so let's see. Life is too short to waste being miserable. Find small reasons to smile. I love you with all of my heart. I was truly blessed the first day I held you. Life is hard, but you are harder. Never doubt your own abilities. You're exactly what and who I always prayed for you. And let's see, what are they sorry for? Deck number 3. What's your mother's higher self saying they are sorry for? Okay. I am sorry for not being more empathic. I guess with here this moon card, you really know yourself very well, okay? Your self-reflection, your self-understanding is very well, very deep. And maybe sometimes she was saying, you are being so sensitive, you are being so much in your mind, your heart. Because I guess you were always sensing what is wrong, what is right. Maybe you are always finding your way with your intuitions, with your own way, your own compass, your inner compass, okay? And maybe they were not always too empathic with you. I am sorry for not trying harder to fix things. I am sorry for being cold-hearted. I am sorry for lying to your face and not feeling bad. Okay. Again, when we see moon cards, sometimes things are so covered. Maybe they were lying, maybe they were hiding some things from you, and maybe not apologizing for that. Okay, let's begin with this energy. The moon card. What I see here, this energy coming very, it feels like very quiet, very emotional, and deeply internal, okay? I believe there is an acknowledgement of confusion, okay? Of times when your feelings were dismissed, okay? Questioned maybe by them, or left without language. And I believe there is lots of unspoken things with your mother, okay? Yeah. And here, this motherly energy recognizes that you may have been told, directly or indirectly, not to trust what you sensed, okay? Maybe your third eye chakra is so strong, maybe you were seeing things, maybe you were getting some news in your dreams, and maybe your intuition actually was really strong, like high priestess, okay? So maybe they were saying, no, please don't trust what you sense, okay? So I believe that your emotions were treated as unclear or excessive or inconvenient, okay? Inconvenient. Because they are saying, I'm sorry for being so much cold-hearted. So they were lack of maybe understanding or emotions, and maybe they were too much logical. Okay, too much logical, too much analytical. This is not a bad thing, but it is like they weren't giving you the right you deserve, okay? And maybe you were always afraid to talk about your senses, your intuitions. And here, the awareness says, I see how lost you felt at times, and I wasn't there for you to understand you, listen to you. And now I see how you had to navigate, okay, like this dog and this girl here, emotional uncertainty on your own, okay? Because here, now they are saying, yeah, life is hard, but you are harder, never doubt your own abilities. And I guess maybe their biggest mistake or their biggest regret is to tell you or make you feel doubt on your abilities. Yeah, maybe you couldn't speak loud about your abilities, your skills, your dreams, the things you believe in, okay? But this is not about blame, okay? It is about recognizing the emotional fog you learn to live with, I guess. And here, this guidance, this is very gentle, but this is also very steady, okay? I guess you're invited to rebuild trust, okay? Yeah. With your intuition, but in a very patient and quiet way, okay? This takes time. And I guess your inner knowing has always been consistent, even when others doubted, and maybe your mother doubted, okay? But you don't need external confirmation, they are saying, okay? To honor what you feel. But you're allowed to trust yourself again, okay? Yeah, because they are saying, no, never doubt, never doubt. I am sorry, I was lying. I am sorry, I wasn't more empathic with you. So I guess it simply acknowledges that you learn to walk through uncertainty, and now you're allowed to move forward with clarity. And maybe that's why they are saying life is too short to waste being miserable. Find reasons to smile. You can smile right now. And actually, yeah, I am proud of you, because this is what I always prayed for you. Yeah. Okay. So let's see this guidance, this advice message from directly its book. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say, but I couldn't. The wood dog pillar represents a slight sense of discomfort. Yeah, maybe you were always discomfortable with your mother's thoughts of you. At first, dog as an earth sign may feel intimidated or insecure in the presence of wood before his acute senses awaken to guide him. This card often appears when you find yourself in an unknown territory. Maybe you don't really know how to speak with your mother. Okay, maybe you are saying, they're always unknown territory for me. Surrender any conditions, response, or automatic reactions to situations beyond your understanding and allow your intuition to take over. The dog is the most intuitive and psychic of all the 12 signs in the Chinese zodiac. As the keeper to the gate of the underworld, the dog can see and sense far beyond the visible. A grounded young earth sign, the dog also has hidden yin metal and yin fire, which invites self-reflection and enlightenment. This card is a message from your spirit guides to tune into your intuition. We all have psychic abilities, whether you are in touch with your psychic gifts or you have unconsciously repressed them. And I guess that's why they are your mother is saying, never doubt your own abilities. Maybe because you always repressed them. Okay, whether they were supporting it or not, okay, doesn't matter. You can rekindle and cultivate them by practicing a higher awareness of your inner and outer worlds. Be patient. You may have to struggle first with your self-doubts and fears before you get to fully trust your senses. Young Wood's upward energy, like a tree, needs rooting. Harness your intuition by staying grounded so you can connect to a higher consciousness without losing touch with reality. The dog teaches us to connect to the land, listen and feel the ways of nature to awaken your intuition. So I guess even if they didn't say or didn't admit maybe you're this empathic side, it seems like you should reinvest in your intuitive side right now. So, dear deck 3, this was your reading. I hope this wasn't triggering for you and you enjoyed the reading. And if you do, please subscribe to my channel, say hi in the comments below. And if you want to have a more personal reading with me, you can check the description box below. Until the next time I see you, take care of yourself and bye.